Hello there everyone, welcome to the channel if you're new, welcome back if you aren't. I am EDJ, and we are continuing with Napoleon 2002. So I'm very happy that the first episode I could actually get on YouTube. It took a bit, but I'm happy that it worked out, and I feel emboldened to, basically make even more, film and movie reactions, mainly in the realm of history, since I kind of become a history reaction YouTuber. So, for now, at least, just the history portion. We're not gonna jump to sci-fi or anything anytime soon, but, yeah, either way. So, yeah, like I said, I've really, what I like about this series a lot is, I like how respectful it is of Napoleon. I like the actors, I like the events that they're portraying, and they're doing, I think, a pretty great job of covering, Napoleon's life, And, I love like I said, I love the main actors as well. I love, the man who portrays Napoleon, the woman who portrays Josephine. Overall, like I said, I really like, overall, like, what I saw in the first episode, and I'm looking forward to this next one that we're about to jump into. And, just seeing more of Napoleon's rise, because last time we left off, yeah, an assassination attempt was had. Someone tried bombing Napoleon. So yeah, we're just gonna open up with that. So, yeah, I guess I don't have anything else to add, really. I guess we ought to get right into it, shall we? Without any further ado, let's watch Napoleon Episode 2.
The Providence was protecting you.
I didn't appoint Providence as Minister of Police, Fouché, but you.
I will.
Yeah, Fouché, this is kind of a really bad performance on your part. The fact that this happened on your watch. It kind of reminds me of if we could get political or current, it reminds me of the current event that happened recently where at least the time of this recording, where Trump almost got assassinated, and the Secret Service, which is, I think, a testament to the Secret Service's, that was kind of a failure on their part. Yeah, I'm gonna stop talking about this event, because the more I talk about modern events, the more things can get a bit controversial. Let's just watch this.
A royalist agitator.
So you conclude the crime was signed?
Without a doubt.
I have a doubt. The royalists claim to be inspired by God. They would never have picked Christmas Eve to carry out such a dreadful crime, and they would never have sacrificed an innocent child.
Okay, so Fouché believes that a royalist has done it, and Napoleon's like, no, they couldn't be a royalist. They would never try to kill me on a holy day. Man, everyone seems to have a lot of sanctity for Christmas, huh?
Why would the royalists want me dead? I've put an end to the extremes of the revolution. Priests are no longer persecuted.
Yeah, but Napoleon, they're royalists. They want the royalty back.
And the émigrés, those who long for the return of the reign of terror, the Jacobins.
The Jacobins are political opponents, not assassins.
Oh, really? But who sent Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette to the guillotine?
Yeah, Fouché, did you forget Maximilian Robespierre and what the Jacobins did? They murdered everyone. Like, what does he mean? The Jacobins would never try to kill anyone. What are you on about, Napoleon?
If you don't agree with me, then go. I can manage very well without a Minister of Police. I'll create my own police force and run it myself.
And how will you justify my dismissal?
Justify? To the people? Do you really believe the people are going to miss you?
Dang.
But you will.
Wow, alright. Holy crap.
But we've just arrested the man who bought the horse. He's called, Carbon. François-Joseph Carbon.
A Jacobin?
A royalist.
Look at his face, like, ha, I was right, Napoleon. Take that. Okay, so a royalist apparently was behind this plot. So yeah, Fouché is justified now.
Kill the first consul?
The first consul can go to hell. What I think
Oh,
that
snap.
this is how France has ended up after the revolution. But that puffed up, arrogant little man.
Fouché, he is not little. He is average height for the time. Get that right, bro.
Fouché was right.
Yes, I seem to remember saying at the time his disgrace was unwarranted. I think we must look for someone younger, more hot-blooded, possibly even insane. Why not the Duc d'Enghien?
Louis XVI's cousin.
He meets all the criteria. Recently, he's emigrated to Ettenheim in the Duchy of Baden.
Which leaves him free to plot in peace. The Duchy of Baden is a sovereign state, and Enghien is under its protection.
Yeah, so this random duke that they're talking about, I believe that he's technically in a sovereign state away from France, but I think the thing is Napoleon kind of just goes and abducts him essentially to kill him, and that's kind of a big catalyst for why a lot of the foreign powers of Europe also really started to dislike Napoleon, because that was kind of threatening, showing Napoleon will kill the royalty and, you know, borders don't matter so much, you know.
Yes, but I wouldn't call him completely unreachable. Ettenheim is only a few leagues away from the French border.
A kidnapping? It's possible.
Even the most fervent revolutionaries would applaud your decision to be firm with a henchman of the monarchy.
Support from such men leaves me cold. They've shed too much blood. They voted for the king's death.
Yes. And I wonder, what would you have done?
I don't know.
Of course you know. The revolution was irresistible. You would have done much the same as I did.
Okay, so that's an interesting point that Talleyrand just made, that Napoleon's criticizing the Jacobins. He's like, oh, they ordered the king's death, they're awful people. And Talleyrand's like, you would have done the same thing, dude. Like, you know, Talleyrand and Napoleon, you could argue, they're seeking self-interest, right? And yeah, Napoleon obviously rose due to the chaos of the revolution. It's like, yeah, Napoleon probably would have done, you know. And he was also tied with the Jacobins in some degree. I don't believe Napoleon identified as one, but he was friends with the brother of Maximilian Robespierre, so Napoleon obviously did have some connection. So even if it was just out of self-preservation or something, or either way, Napoleon, I do believe, supported the revolution. So, yeah.
And what if he doesn't open it?
In that case, I regret. I shall be obliged to ask you to batter it down.
Okay, so, they have decided to just abduct the Duke in Edinburgh, like, which apparently is a sovereign state, so Napoleon just kidnapped someone from a place he probably didn't have the power to do so. And yeah, I like how the Duke brings his pug with him. As a pug owner myself, you know, my heart bleeds for pugs.
Enough worries with my brothers and sisters. Setting them up, arranging their marriages.
It would be better if you didn't get involved in their marriage. The match you made between your brother Louis and your wife's daughter is not a success.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so Napoleon, you know, when I was watching some of the old Britannia, Napoleonic related content, that Napoleon he ruled his family in a sense that the way he ruled Europe, very, like, with an iron fist, you know. He arranged marriages, he put relatives on positions of power as kings and royalty only to really kind of control through them. And I think even one of his brothers went into exile, or got exiled, because Napoleon was beyond overbearing. So, yeah, Napoleon, a very controlling person, you know, even to his own family.
Enghien is an insane.
How is he?
I don't care who he is, but you, Napoleon, must not become a murderer.
Yeah, about that mom. Man, he's still holding his pug. Guys, I'm a dog owner, okay? Like, I feel strongly for, you know, pugs. And dogs in general. You know, I'm a dog guy here. Oh, dude, don't kill the pug. Okay. I thought they were gonna shoot the pug at him. I was be like, Napoleon, that's unforgivable. I instantly turned on you. But thank goodness that the pug is safe. I like how I'm like so concerned over the pug and not the person. I'm like, oh, who cares? I'm telling you, like, sometimes I do feel like that in movies. I'm like, oh no, don't hurt the dog, and I'm not even really caring much about the person. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Dang, these transitions are like all over the place. Really stylistic, but cool actually.
Fire!
You've done it. You've done the dreadful thing.
This affair doesn't concern you.
Yeah, a very cold and like I guess you can say very merciless thing. I'm not sure if you would consider this a good thing that Napoleon did this or not. I just know that the consequences of this really upset a lot of the foreign powers of Europe and really kind of amped up, I believe it amped up the animosity they already had for Napoleon. So, but still, yeah, a very, like, I'm not sure, like I said, I'm not sure if it's a good thing Napoleon did that or not for himself, or did it have unforeseen consequences, but, yeah, very ruthless, I'll at least say that.
And sorrow to all who had a hand in this crime.
Yeah, just, wow. Like I said, I really like this this portrayal of Napoleon. Like, obviously, I said in the first episode, I think this is a very respectful portrayal of Napoleon, and the actor makes him really likable. Like, I don't know why, just like you can't help but root for Napoleon. I just think the actor is very likable, but I will at least say that yeah, they don't shy away from showing some of Napoleon's more morally questionable acts like that, you know, if that was the right thing to do or not. So, yeah, overall, I really like that they don't shy away from showing some things that might make you think, I don't know if that's a good thing you did, Napoleon, you know?
All of those who voted for the death of Louis XVI consider you one of them now. They even have a title to propose for you. Emperor of the French.
Heck yeah! Awesome. Goodbye, Republic. Hello, Empire.
There will never be a king in France again, Talleyrand.
Yeah, but no one said anything about Emperor Napoleon.
I mean, you have 3 million yes against 2,500 no's.
Oh my goodness. 3 million people want Napoleon as emperor. Wasn't this election rigged? I feel like every time we talk about this, like, especially like in YouTube videos, they're always quick to point out this is definitely rigged. Like, Napoleon must have rigged this election. I don't know.
To me, you must address me as His Imperial Highness.
You're only the Emperor's sister-in-law. It would be the last straw if you had a title while we, his own sisters, aren't even princesses.
But a crown can be lost. But I would be grateful if you would stop calling me my dear Bonaparte. Remember to say sire when you address me.
Heck
and
yeah.
This goes for all of you.
But it's a family gathering.
Okay, yeah, so this is a family meeting between all the Bonapartes. So that's pretty cool, you know. Like I said, what I like about this series is that it's portrayed events that other Napoleonic era films and shows I've seen haven't really. A very personal look into Napoleon and kind of his life, but like not just covering his battles, but like his politics and so on and so forth, and his interpersonal relationships, which I really appreciate. Like we see a lot of his family and how he's interacting with them as well, so I really do like that.
Let's discuss my coronation. It will be the 2nd of December in...
Becoming emperor also means founding a dynasty. How will you do that with a woman who hasn't even bothered to bear you a child?
Yeah, wow, dang. So there's Talleyrand lurking about, listening to the plans of the Imperial family there. And, yeah, Lucian has brought up, hey, your wife's barren. Like, it's interesting, because I do believe Josephine wasn't well liked by Napoleon's family. I do know his mom did not like her. And they bring up an interesting point. She can't have kids, apparently. I guess she's barren. With Napoleon, at least. So it's like, you're gonna need an heir, Napoleon, right?
From now on, Josephine will not only be your daughter-in-law, she will be your empress. So please take note of it.
It won't stop me thinking.
You will think in silence. 2 paces behind her.
Fear your brother Lucien is correct. An emperor without an heir is in an extremely tenuous position. A successful the time you need, you will find a delicate way of explaining it to her.
Explaining it to her is not a problem. I love her. That is the problem.
Yeah, I really like how, like I said, an aspect of this series that I really love is just how Napoleon and Josephine, like the two actors, I think, have great chemistry with one another. I think the both of them just are really great at portraying this relationship of Napoleon and Josephine. Their ups and even their downs with, like, Josephine cheating, and I'm certain we'll get to Napoleon cheating in time, but, but either way, like, I think the two genuinely did really love each other, even though, you could, even with all that, and, Napoleon really sticking out his neck, because he stuck with Josephine for a long time before he eventually married, the daughter of Emperor Francis. And it goes to show that Napoleon, I think they really did love each other, and I really like how the series shows that,
I shall be delighted to bless your union before God.
I have no intention of getting married a second time.
Well, unfortunately, I cannot crown a man emperor who is living in a state of sin.
Dang. The Pope laying it down. Bringing down the holy law of Napoleon. But, yeah, that's interesting. Napoleon's whole dynamic with the Pope is just interesting. Though at times he could bully him. And, just like this back and forth between the two.
I'm having the cathedral entirely redecorated. My idea is to transform Notre Dame into a Greco-Roman temple.
That is to say pagan.
That is...
Greco-Roman. Pope's like, hey, that's kind of pagan, like. And so here we are in Notre Dame. Napoleon's planning out his coronation with the Pope, and yeah, this is just very interesting.
This is spectacular. Isabelle, you have depicted me as smaller than Monsieur Talleyrand.
Oh my gosh. Don't you know I am average height for the time? I should be taller than everyone. My figure should be towering over everyone. Oh man.
I was merely respecting nature's proportions.
A man's skill is determined by his destiny, not by nature, monsieur.
Oh my goodness. Napoleon can't handle it. He's like, hey, I am not short, okay? I am a giant.
I intend to crown myself.
Then why am I here?
To bless my reign.
Who exactly are you asking to bless your reign, sire? Almighty God, or his humble deputy on earth, the Pope?
Humble. Is that the word you use to describe the thunder of organ music? Clouds of incense, altars full of flowers, robes trimmed with gold.
Dang, Napoleon's out here, like, beefing with the Pope. He's literally calling him out. He's like, you're not humble. Dang, Napoleon, like, this is kind of sacrilege. Or, like, dang, that's insane.
You confuse God with religion.
On the contrary, I separate them. On the one hand, a theory, God. On the other, a certitude, religion. It gives human society a framework. People would have no reference points without religion. We saw the results of that. When, during the revolution, the churches were looted and the priests guillotined. The country toppled into anarchy, the chaos and madness of the Reign of Terror.
Dang, you know, Napoleon kind of like, it portrays his religious pragmatism. Napoleon was quoted with saying, I believe, that he believed in religion to keep the poor from eating the rich. And even during the Egypt expedition, he was portraying himself as a champion of, like, Islam, or I believe. So Napoleon uses religion in terms of a pragmatic way, but I seriously doubt he himself actually cares or even practices it. And here is just full on, like, yeah.
You can do without God, but not without religion.
Do without God.
Dude, dang, Napoleon's speaking so much, like, oh my goodness. He's really beefing with the Pope right now about religion. Heck yeah! Man, this coronation looks really just epic, I have to say. Dang, that transition is clean. And look at Napoleon, he's finally in his final form. The hat, the coat, everything. He's finally become the Emperor.
Yes, sire, since your dear mother preferred not to be present at the ceremony. Yeah.
Oh yeah! Oh my gosh, I forgot. Yeah, Napoleon's mom didn't even show up. I think, yeah, because of the whole Josephine issue. But man, that's insane.
Soon this empty sea will be covered with ships full of men, horses, and cannons. Head west. If God grants me favorable winds, I'll be in England in 6 hours' time.
Oh, yeah, I forget. We're about to jump into the Third Coalition War, right? Napoleon was planning an invasion of Britain before, you know, everything else went down.
We may have God on our side, but the English have Nelson.
Nelson. What is this, Nelson? Little man perched on a lump of wood. That's called a boat. Well, Murat, boats can be sank.
Oh, Napoleon. Napoleon's acting like he doesn't know who Nelson is. Man, Nelson was really the most frightening force in the sea. He was basically the Napoleon of the sea, right? An unstoppable force there.
Because the English have also convinced both the Russians and the Austrians to attack us from the east, but while our army is occupied here in the west. Sound strategy, if rather English.
Okay, so we are now in the Third Coalition now. Austria and Russia are mobilizing, and Napoleon's ambitions to invade the English are now basically put on hold indefinitely.
The English forget that my strength is speed. In 20 days, I will be in the heart of Germany. Murat, change of plan. Order the bugle to sound the call. We will leave at once, 30 miles a day, 5-minute pause every hour. I want drummers at the head and tail, and drumming without a break to fire the men with courage.
They won't lack courage if you are with them.
I will not be with them. I'll be at the opera, at theater, at balls, and on hunting trips. I must put them off the scent. If I'm seen in Paris,
The enemy won't imagine that my army is racing to meet them.
Dang, Napoleon's planning it all out, huh? This is the famous event that sparks the campaign in Ulm, where they just march, the full army of 200,000 men just go and basically encircle, you know, General Mack, and here Napoleon just laying down the entire plan, which is just, I really like seeing this, the way he's just explaining, you know, all of this.
I know, gentlemen. No one has ever seen 200,000 men with all their equipment accomplish such a feat. That is the key to our victory. It's because it seems impossible that we are going to do it. And that's why from now on, the army will be known as the Grand Army.
The Grand Army! Heck yeah, we're here, we're finally at peak Napoleon. He's got the hat, he's got the outfit, he's the emperor, and he's got the Grand Army. Heck yeah, I'm excited. We finally have gotten into, like, peak Napoleon now. Look at how devious Napoleon looks. He's like, just wait till the Austrians see what I'm about to pull. But that's really interesting. I didn't know Napoleon did this. So while his army is marching to meet General, you know, to go to Ulm and catch the coalition unawares, he was in Paris hoping to be seen to not alert his enemies that he was actually going out to meet them. That's like, he's playing chess with everyone right now. He's like a chess master. And just, he looks so devious. He's like, oh, just wait till they all see what I'm about to pull.
Ow! I've delivered you from an enemy.
Scout. The main army will be here soon.
Don't worry, I brought plenty of artillery. Rolls in a cannon, just starts firing. You know, whenever I think about the Napoleon, like, making his army march through half of Europe, like, marching, what, 30 miles a day, like, that's insane. I'm just thinking, like, I'm a runner. Like, when I was in high school, I ran, like, cross-country, you know, which focuses mainly on endurance, long-distance running. You know, I think at my most, I could run about 6 miles without stopping. You know, nowadays I can only run 3. I run 3 every other day, which, you know, isn't much compared to what I used to do. Granted, these guys aren't like running, but they're still moving almost non-stop for like hours. I'm just like, man, their legs, their calves must have been like amazing. They must have had the most defined calves of all of Europe from all the marching they did.
Time to come back to me. I can't live without you.
Like I said, I'm not a fan of romance. I could care less about it, but like for some reason this I'm really kind of like enjoying Josephine and Napoleon's relationship in this series. It's just really well done in my opinion.
I will be the first to take position. I want to force the Austrians and the Russians to fight where I decide.
We will be on high ground, of course.
That's you, Conacour. Wanted to look down on people because you're a marquis?
Sir, all the military handbooks agree that the most favorable position for a battle is on high ground.
The authors of those handbooks are not where we are today. By the way, where are we?
Austerlitz, sire.
Well, gentlemen.
Heck yeah, we're about to do the Battle of Austerlitz right now, which is, I'm kind of really pumped, you know.
I will let them occupy the plateau of Pratzen.
So they can swoop down on us?
No, so they think they can swoop down on us.
Yeah, I love the way Napoleon just is explaining the plan. Give up the high ground, and it looks like he's about to explain it further, which I really like that they're not, you know, that they are showing Napoleon's thought process during this, you know?
The road to Vienna, my friends. We control it. So let's try to think from the enemy's point of view. In your opinion, What will he concentrate his forces on above all?
Taking back the road and cutting off our line of communication.
Now I stop you. We are going to pretend we are abandoning the road. As though we are terrified by the force of the enemy's fire. We will turn back and retreat.
Thus encouraging the enemy to advance.
That's when he will make his mistake. Because to advance,
wow,
he will have to withdraw some of his troops from the plateau of Fradzan, and our right wing will be waiting at the foot of the plateau. They will start by retreating.
Retreating again?
Just enough for the enemy to fall into the trap, as it is a trap.
Man, I'm just loving the way they're showing Napoleon's military genius. He's explaining to his group, Lanz, Murat, and Koniko? You know, either way, he's explaining, you know, to these guys, here's how we're gonna win, here's how the Battle of Austerlitz is about to go down. I just really like that.
When we feel that our opponents are confident, we will stop retreating. Bernadotte and Soult will attack the plateau of Fradzan, while Lan and you, Murat, will take the lot of them from the rear.
It sounds so simple.
It is simple. That's why they won't see it coming.
Heck yeah, Napoleon. About to win his greatest victory right now.
Yes. The mist was for the trap. The sun will be for victory.
Heck
Its light will strip away the enemy's arrogance when it reveals how close we are.
Wow. And this is also great just how the weather was on Napoleon's side. Like, everything went perfectly at Austerlitz. Like, it really is, you know, why a lot of people claim, you know, it to be Napoleon's greatest victory. It's just everything was, like, went all according to plan, right? Like, just insane.
The Grand Army will attack, and music playing at the head. We have no more need to hide now.
Awesome, so we're getting underway, the battle has begun, and the sides are opposing, everything's misty. Yeah, I really like the way they're showing things. Alright, so this is where they're going down from the high ground, feigning their weakness, to lure the enemy down. Look at that smirk, he's like, all according to plan. Yeah, so everyone is just killing each other right now, and, like I said, like, I really like, overall, the battles as they're showing here. Obviously, it's not on the level of, like, a Waterloo, per se. That's kind of the only flaw with watching the Waterloo movie, is that every other Napoleonic battle ever, it's hard to top, because that movie probably is one of the best portrayals of a Napoleonic battle, but I think this series does a really good job for the most part. You know, not to that level, but I think it gets the point across, and I still really like them overall. Here comes the cavalry, too. Yo, look at Napoleon here, dude. Yo, he's out here flexing. But man, does he look awesome. Overall, I think that was a really great, you know, overall that's a pretty good portrayal, obviously. Yeah, the thing about, like I said, watching the Waterloo movie, it makes everything else, like, it's probably the best portrayal of a Napoleonic battle. But, you know, overall, I really liked this, and it was pretty, I think this was really well done for the most part. And, yeah, overall, we're in this now at the peak of Napoleon, right? So here Austria is, I'm sure, throwing their flags in surrender. Is this how people surrendered back then? This is very cool, overall, very cool. You know, in terms of style and, like, how it looks, yeah.
Look what we got too. I shall crown my brother Joseph, King of Naples. Louis and my beloved Hortense will rule Holland, and I shall give Westphalia to Jérôme.
Yeah, so you're already seeing Napoleon operating as the master of Europe, you know, putting his family all over the place.
Repudiate the Empress Josephine on the grounds that she has yet to give you an heir, and marry the Archduchess of Austria.
Wow, already off the bat. Yeah, they just really want to get rid of Josephine, you know, and, yeah, it really does go to show you the importance of having an heir, right? And it's like Napoleon does stick with Josephine through and through, but eventually he needs a son, right? So.
But to make love, Monsieur Talleyrand, you have to love.
Love? Sire, what's called for here is making a child.
With that fat pink ham, who no doubt speaks French with a terrible accent.
You know, that's funny, because the actor for Napoleon, I like that he is French, but, like, Napoleon was from Corsica, so Napoleon, I think, had an accent when he spoke French. I could be wrong on this, but I do believe he had an accent, so he didn't have, like, a perfect French accent or anything, which is funny that he just said that right now. And, yeah, it kind of goes to show you, you know, like, Talleyrand's kind of making he's kind of saying, hey, you know, form a marriage bond, get a kid, it'll be good for you, you only have to gain from this. But yeah, Napoleon is just, he loves Josephine too much, that's the thing.
It's me, sire. Elinor de Nuel.
Oh no.
I'm sorry I'm so late.
Don't worry. I told Josephine I was working.
Oh no. Napoleon! Oh man. Napoleon, you're for the streets, my guy. You're for the streets. Now you're here cheating on Josephine. And he was like, you have to make love to Talleyrand right now. Here he is having a mistress. And Napoleon had several mistresses, so that's the funniest thing. Yeah.
You played dreadfully today.
Would you rather I let Mademoiselle de Nuel take my place?
Oh snap. Calling him out for his cheating.
The only thing that would matter to you is whether I'm in love with her.
Ah, good question. What's the answer?
Oh my goodness.
She excites you, but you don't love her.
You see, you have nothing to fear.
If the Queen of Prussia could see you now, she would have to eat her words.
What did the Queen of Prussia say?
That woman, sire, or rather that harpy, has been telling anyone who is willing to listen that little Monsieur Bonaparte, those were her very words, sire.
Yes, the Queen of Prussia, Napoleon's beef. Called him Little Monsieur Bonaparte.
It's just a monster from the bog.
What did you think of her? Attractive?
Oh, no, sire, no. My God, she has a goiter.
He literally said, no, she's ugly, dude. Don't worry. Don't even try to seduce her, Napoleon.
She rode across Berlin at the head of a regiment of dragoons and swore she would lead them all the way to Paris. And added that swords were unnecessary for defeating the French.
And, you know, that's insane that Prussia did go on to fight France. Like, after the Battle of Austerlitz, I'm amazed that anyone wanted to keep fighting Napoleon. Like, after that, I'd be like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna fight him. Like, that's insane.
2 hours from now, Jena, which was only the name of a small town, will become the name of a great victory.
Heck yeah, Davu's great victory. Oh man, I'm sorry. Big Davu fanboy here. He's my favorite marshal.
His preferred creation, the Civil Code, which will reform relations between the French people with respect to daily life, inheritances.
Heck yeah, the Napoleonic Code. One of Napoleon's great achievements.
Marriage contracts.
Divorces?
Yes, divorces too.
Yeah, so we're seeing a lot with Josephine and Napoleon's relationship, right? We're starting to see the lows of it, mainly through Napoleon's affairs and the constant pressuring of everyone for him to divorce Josephine, in which Talleyrand is also, like, suggesting as well, so there is animosity there.
The man I love is there.
It takes two to love.
Oh, snap.
Insinuating, madam?
Holy crap, Talleyrand is going for it. Oh, wow.
Gave birth to a child of the masculine sex, father unknown. Father unknown is...
The Emperor, yes, Korenku. The child, the son.
Okay, so Napoleon's mistress that we saw earlier, I think that's the name he said, has given birth to one of Napoleon's bastards. Wow. Yeah, I guess that kind of goes to show that Josephine is barren, huh?
I beg you, monsieur, help me. I must see the Emperor.
That's impossible. Absolutely impossible.
Do you permit one of your ruffians to insult Countess Marie Walewska, sir?
Oh, this is... yeah. Okay, yeah, this is Napoleon's mistress from Poland.
You say countess?
Our Polish soil awaits you to rise up and
And what?
Dang.
We shall have to see each other again. Once we have both found the words we need.
Napoleon's already, like, trying to riz her up. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna... She is pretty, though.
That's not what I want from your majesty. My country no longer exists. Prussia, Austria, and Russia have dismembered it. Return Poland to me.
Dang, yeah, I think that's kind of the thing. A lot of the Polish people, you know, put their hope on Napoleon to restore Poland, and I don't believe he ever actually was going to. I could be wrong, but, you know, there's a lot of flack he would have gotten for that, like, especially from, like, you know, like, Tsar Alexander and whatnot, so... yeah, overall... but a lot of the Polish people were putting their hopes on Napoleon to restore, you know, Poland.
Gently, sire. Come to me as a man, not a conqueror.
Impossible.
Other people have advised me to use this opportunity to perhaps move your majesty.
Yeah, so everyone in Poland's like, pimp yourself out to get Napoleon to restore our country.
Is that what you've come to ask me? To give Poland back her king? I cannot commit myself. The whole of Europe wants to bleed me dry. But I can promise this. I swear that just as I will never forget this moment, I will never forget what brought you here. Give me little time if I see that the Poles are worthy of being a nation.
Of course they are. Look at me. Judge them by me. I am one of them.
If Poland is anything like you, she must be a fantastic little country.
Man, Napoleon's riz is off the charts. Conquering land isn't the only thing he wants to conquer, you know? Like, dang. Okay, whew. I was afraid I was gonna have to, like, completely cut this out if they started showing boobs on screen. Napoleon, I admire your riz, but I won't lie, you are for the streets. And here we are at Alau now. Are they gonna show it, or the aftermath? Okay, they seem to be at least showing the army mobilizing.
Sire, our 14th line has been wiped out. Oshiro is badly wounded. He lost 5,000 men in 20 minutes.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, when Archero and 7 Corps had to march through the blizzard and then just got shot by everyone. Wow. So yeah, at least they're showing some of it. You know, I am happy about that. Yeah, they're showing the epic cavalry charge, which is one of the most legendary moments of the entire war, right?
No. But it's magnificent.
Yeah, it must have been a spectacle to behold. You know, Murat leading this charge that really saved Napoleon from almost capture as well, I believe. Oh, and that's where they end the episode? Alright then. So, yeah, that was that's interesting that they ended it right there, of all places. But overall, yeah, another really great episode. I really loved this episode, loved what they showed, you know, with the Battle of Austerlitz, more of Napoleon's reign, him becoming the emperor, and just overall, yeah, I really like this. And I'm really just enjoying the show, you know, and I think it's a very well-rounded portrayal of Napoleon and his life. You know, they're even showing his affairs and his mistresses, which is interesting as well. And, yeah, overall, just another really solid episode. I really like that. And I think I've said what I needed to say throughout the reaction. I'll stop right now with here. And I guess I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Until then, bye everyone.